back to We're Having Fun, and I am Mark, and I'm here.
It sounded like you said your name is Merk.
Mark.
I'm Krista. Hi.
And Wilson's here as well.
Yep.
He's laying down. He's happy.
He just had a little walk outside.
He did.
A bathroom break, and now he's feeling good.
He's exhausted, so he's got to sleep. We're back for another week, having a great time, enjoying everything. What's up? You know what I was thinking about?
Okay.
Because we went and saw Fantastic Beasts.
Yes.
Spoilers. And one of the trailers was for what?
Spoilers.
Spoilers for this episode that you saw.
I'm pretty
that
sure
you read about.
Yeah, the title would have given it away, but okay. Plus, we said last week that we were going to be covering this, and I think the week before that we said we were going to be covering this week. So.
I don't know. Some people, it's maybe their first episode, didn't look at the title.
True. Could be.
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, we saw the Legion of Super Pets or whatever again, which is still bad. But John Krasinski plays the voice of Superman.
Oh,
right?
okay, that's who he does.
Yeah. So I've been listening to the Weekly Planet, like old versions from like 2016, and the talk at that time was John Krasinski really wanted to be in the MCU. Mm-hmm. What part would he play? Mm-hmm. You know. And I was thinking about it.
Okay.
The best part for it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we know about the Nova Corps, right? We saw them on Xandar and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
And apparently that planet's been wiped out.
Yeah, because of Thanos.
Yes. Mm-hmm. In the comics, Xandar also gets destroyed. And there's one guy left named Richard Rider, and he becomes Nova. And he has a helmet that has the world mind or whatever that is like all of the Novas.
Okay.
World mind, all like information. It's like a computer. Anyway, it talks to him in his helmet. So I'm thinking you get John Krasinski to play Nova. And then for the world mind voice, you get Dwight Schrute, Rainn Wilson to be the voice, and you pair them up again, and that team comes back together. I think that would be amazing. Just having them going, because they're always kind of bickering a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think that's the solution. I think that's what we need to get going.
Okay.
So,
because a lot of people are like, well, John Krasinski should be Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, that would be fine too.
And Emily Blunt should be Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that she has said before that she doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So, because she doesn't want to be away from her kids for that long.
That's fair.
So, yeah, exactly. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. Maybe the whole Nova thing could happen.
That's right. As long as it's him and Rainn Wilson. Otherwise, I don't want to see it.
You don't want it if it's like John C. Reilly because he was actually part of...
No, don't want to see it.
Okay. All right.
No, get out of here.
Or, Glenn Close or, somebody like that.
Nope. All right,
cool.
Dwight from The Office. It's got to be Dwight from The Office. Not really Rainn Wilson. It's got to be Dwight.
Oh, yeah, it has to be Dwight. Not even Rainn Wilson. Okay.
No, idiot. Don't do that.
Oh
I think it'd be great. So that's my big plan. That's what I've been thinking about this week.
All right.
It's been very productive. Well, one part we know he's not playing is Moon Knight.
That's true.
Because that's Mr. Oscar Isaac. Mm-hmm. And we watched the new episode.
We did.
Episode 3.
Yep.
Right, yes. Big ep, I guess.
Yeah.
We're in Egypt.
Yeah, we're in Egypt.
Layla's in Egypt.
Yep, she gets a passport from, I guess it's like her aunt or something.
Yeah, apparently she makes fake passports. Mm-hmm. And she's on her way.
Yep. And Arthur Harrow has found the tomb of Ammit.
Yep.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. He's at least on top of it.
Yeah, because he's got that scarab and it points straight to it. And so he's like, we found it.
Yep. So we're digging.
There we go.
Let's start digging.
And so now Mark is in control of the body.
He is.
He's running across rooftops. He finds the person that he's trying to get in contact with, and somebody's stabbing him. So that guy's dead. So he's like, I was going to question him.
Like, guys.
Come on.
Yeah.
So then we have these 3 hoodlums who start, throwing their knives around. They're showboating a little bit. One of them, they get into a fight with Mark, of course. One of them, starts licking his knife, and Mark just punches him in the face. I'm
that was great.
Is what you get.
I'm glad to see that, finally.
Yeah.
Somebody not letting somebody showboat like that.
And I think when they started, tossing the knives around and everything, Mark's like, are we fighting or are we dancing? What are we doing here?
So what is the point?
Yep. So that whole fight's going on and everything, and then suddenly Stephen
takes over. Yeah, he's like, doesn't want him to kill. So he's like,
So he takes over, and next thing we know, Mark wakes up, he's in a taxi on his way to the airport. It's like, well, that's obviously a Stephen move right there.
He let those guys go.
So while he's in the taxi, he looks out, here come those guys. And he's like,
lucky.
Wait a minute, I want to talk to you. So he jumps out, he runs after them. They're
like, you let us go.
You just let us go. So he goes, does all that again, and then he leaves the body again.
Yep.
And he wakes up. When he comes to, there are just dead bodies all around him. And he's like...
One guy's got a broken leg.
And he's like, Steven, what did you do? And then Steven's in the reflection going, that was not me.
Yeah.
So
wondering if it was Jake.
Who was it?
The other one.
We don't find out this one.
We don't know.
Yeah, so he's surrounded by all these bodies.
Even more intense than Mark.
Mm-hmm. And then there's one kid left, and it's like this kid, he doesn't want to hurt this kid. Yeah. Because he's already, like, tried not to hurt him before.
Yeah, he didn't punch him, he just slapped him in the face.
Yeah, exactly. And so, anyway, he's got him, like, he's dangling him over a cliff, basically, trying to get information, because Khonshu's like, he'll talk.
Yeah.
He does not talk. He just, like, cuts like, the tie or whatever he was holding him by, and falls to his death. Yeah. And so he's like, Khonshu's like, I thought he would talk. Oh, man.
Got him.
So, at one point, Stephen calls Khonshu a stupid pigeon, which I made note of because it was kind of funny. And then also, Arthur is talking about him and calls him an old bird. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Yes, that's very accurate.
Mm-hmm. So, Khonshu's like, we've got to stop him. He's found the tomb. We've got to stop him from resurrecting Ammit. So, we're going to do like a trial of the gods or whatever.
Yeah, so I got to get their attention.
Yeah, got to get their attention. So he does like an eclipse.
Yeah.
And he's like, a portal will open up for all the avatars. And he's like, oh, okay, where's this portal? And then it opens up right in front of him. Yeah. So they're inside of the Great Pyramid. Right. Because, of course, Stephen sees it and he's like, oh, we're inside the Great Pyramid. Yeah, it's amazing. This is so cool. Because he's like all into Egyptology and stuff.
I've never thought about it, but I've never really looked at pictures of the inside of the pyramids. Surely there are some somewhere.
I don't think so.
No? Have they never gone into them?
I mean, I think there's like, they know that there are chambers in there, but I don't know if they've ever...
Why would they not have gone into them?
Maybe they have, but I don't know.
Because, I've never seen the inside of it. Surely it doesn't look this good. Because it looks great.
Yeah, so that's where all the avatars are meeting. Mm-hmm. And they're kind of like taken over by the gods. Yeah. They speak through them. Yeah. And he gets up there, and of course, like, Khonshu takes over Mark's body, and he's, like, shouting the whole time. I'm like, okay, calm down, Khonshu. Because, like, normally, Mark, like, he talks in, like, normal voice. Stephen talks in a normal voice with his accent and everything. Yeah. And then Khonshu gets up there, and he's like, Harrow is doing this terrible thing! And it's like, okay. And you can tell, like, every time he says something, Mark's kind of like, oh my gosh, that hurts my throat, Yeah. So they're like, well, let's see what the accused has to say about it. So here comes Harrow, and he's like, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not doing that. He's lying.
Can you believe it?
So he just, like, straight up lies to all the others. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Those gods are dumb.
They are real dumb.
They are so stupid.
Because I'm like... Okay.
This is your investigation. You just take his word for it?
Yeah, exactly. You just take his word for it. And then he's like, he's obviously lying. He's not well. He's got more than one personality. And they're like, okay, Mark, is that true? And he's like, yes, help me.
How do they not know what's going on, though? They know when Khonshu does an eclipse.
I don't know.
And when he moves stars and stuff. But
because apparently him looking for Ammit is not big enough. That's why he had to. That's why Khonshu did the whole eclipse thing, because it was something that would get their attention. Yeah. But they don't care about, like, day-to-day kind of things.
I guess. What are their avatars doing? What's the point of them?
I don't know.
What are they even working toward? How did Khonshu find out about this, but none of the other ones did? It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
Those gods are lazy
and
dumb.
So anyway, they're like, well, we think he's fine, so... Yeah. Sorry.
But Khonshu, keep this up. We're going to put you in stone, brother.
Yep, we're gonna imprison you in stone if you keep this up. So he's like, okay, fine. So he goes out. I think this is where he meets up with Layla. Yeah. Or maybe he had already met up with her. I can't remember. Anyway, but...
I think he just meets up with her.
Maybe. So...
He does meet an old friend at the
But also one of the avatars, as Mark is leaving, she's like, hey, by the way...
Yeah.
The guy who, like, imprisoned Ammit in her tomb, if you go find his sarcophagus, you might find something there that will help you find it without having to use the scarab that you no longer have. So he's like, cool, thanks for the tip.
And this is the goddess of, like, music.
Yes, music and love.
Love. So
I can't remember what her name was. It started with an H, I think.
Me neither. They were friends with Khonshu.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
because she's like, does Khonshu ever talk about me?
It's like, he doesn't really talk about gods.
No.
Kind of a sore subject.
Yeah. Never mentioned you. So they're like, okay, we got to find he starts asking people. That's when Layla finds him, because he's asking some guy about, where's the sarcophagus of this dude? Mm-hmm. And she's like,
I know where to go.
I know exactly where to go.
Let's just go.
So they head out, and they meet up with Anton.
Yes. This is the Midnight Man, is his name.
Okay. I don't know anything about him.
He's a
collector.
He's a popular villain in the Moon Knight series.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's good to see him.
Okay. And he's, like, riding around on a horse.
Uh-huh. He's getting trained in jousting.
Yeah,
apparently.
Throwing javelins and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they meet up with Anton, and they're like, we want to go see the sarcophagus. And he lets him.
Yeah.
And Mark goes in there by himself.
Yeah.
Or he goes in with Layla, and he's like, I don't know what any of this means. Yeah. They're like, Layla's like, we need Steven.
Yeah, Steven knows this stuff.
Yeah, so he's like...
Because he worked at the gift shop.
I don't want to deal with Steven.
I can't let him have the body. He's not going to give it back.
Yeah, he's not going to let me have it back.
Yeah.
So Steven can see from, like, there are, like, mirrors all around, so he can see.
Yeah, he's like in a pyramid of mirrors.
Yeah, so he can see what's happening, and he kind of tells him, okay, do this thing, and he starts working on it, and then they're like, we got guns. Yeah. We know you're doing something you're not supposed to, so
because they just see him, like, talking to himself a lot. Yeah. He's like, he's praying.
He's praying. Of course. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So they're like, stop doing that. And then, of course, we see Arthur Harrow walking up. I'm like, this guy.
Yes. How does he know
there? Everywhere to be?
Shouldn't he be digging? Like,
right?
Go back, man.
Get out of here.
Gosh.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he shows up.
He just pretty much uses his staff, shows them the power. He shows Anton something. What did he show him?
He shows him the power of the gods by using the staff to, like, destroy the sarcophagus.
Yeah. Which you would think would piss off Anton a little bit.
Yeah, you would think so, because he's probably paid a lot of money for that. Yeah. But the thing is, he's like, if I get Anton to help me out, he can have all the crap that's in that tomb that I don't want. Yeah. And I'll just worry about Ammit.
That's right.
And so Anton's like, well, it's not a bad idea. Anyway, Mark turns into Moon Knight, starts doing his thing. He's jumping around. He's like flailing his cape everywhere. He's protecting Layla.
Looks pretty cool, too.
It does look pretty cool.
And Khonshu mentions in this that it's a healing costume. So I guess it grants him healing abilities, which is why he can get stabbed by those javelins.
He gets stabbed by those javelins so many times. And
like
he's
right
fine.
Through him. He gets run through by javelins.
Like 3 times and he's fine.
He's okay.
It's like, whatever. Yeah. I did like when he jumped off of, because when he shows up, he's like on top of the pyramid. Yeah. And he jumps off. When he jumps off, his cape comes out. And it looks like a crescent moon. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a Moon Knight thing. It's pretty great.
So anyway, he goes down there. There's a bunch of fighting. Even Layla gets in on it. She's like shooting people. She's like breaking her necklace in half and stabbing people with it. I'm like, wow. Okay.
She is not messing around.
No, she's not. And also, Arthur had said something to her about, don't trust Mark. He knows something about your dad's death or whatever. Yeah. But anyway, they finish with their fighting and everything, and they get out of there.
And Anton got hit with a moon star or whatever as he was riding away, so we don't really know what happened to him. Yeah. He's either dead or injured. Probably just injured.
Maybe. I don't know.
But it could be them riding him off. I don't know how much he got to film.
Yeah, I don't know either.
The actor, sadly, died in a skiing accident.
Yes. right after, or like right before, like, gosh, it was like right around the time that the trailer came out for Midnight.
Yeah, it's really recent.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we'll see what happens with that.
And they did dedicate the episode to him.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've seen him in anything else.
Was he in Game of Thrones or something?
No. He's been in some stuff, but I can't. He was in like something where he played Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And he's been in a few other things that I may have seen him in, but I can't even remember what they were.
Yeah.
And it was maybe just like a small part or something. But anyway, so he's gone for now and injured or possibly dead. Don't know.
Yeah.
And they're driving away. They get a car. Oh, they do go back to the sarcophagus and grab the maps that are in there.
The pieces that they can gather.
So that they can try to put it together and find it's like a star map kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so they head off, and Layla's like, so what was that whole thing about my dad? And he's like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
He's trying to turn us against each other. Just
don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh no.
He probably knows something. Or maybe the other personality does. Maybe Mark doesn't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe Steven killed her dad.
Highly doubt it. Steven seems like a very nice guy. So they have to try to put the map back together. They stop, and Layla's like, we really need Steven for this.
Yeah.
Because he knows Egyptian stuff. He's gonna know how to do it.
Yeah.
And so Mark finally is like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
And so he turns into him. And when he turns into him, you can tell that he's a different personality, immediately.
Yeah. It's good acting.
It is really good acting. Yeah. I was like, dang, Oscar.
Gotta appreciate it.
Come on, man. Why you gotta be so good?
He is very good.
So he's Steven again.
Yeah.
And he's like, immediately, okay, let's get this done. So he puts it all together. He's got it all fixed up. And they look at it, and she takes a picture of it, and she's like, this isn't working. And he's like, yeah, it's not, because stars change over the years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been like 2 millennium or something like that.
Not much for stars, but it's enough for us.
Exactly. So Khonshu's like, okay, well,
good news.
I can fix this. I remember the night that this was made, so I can just move the stars till they're aligned the way they were that night.
Yeah.
But it's bad news for me.
Piss off the gods.
So, tell Mark that he's gonna have to get me out of stone.
Yeah, he's gotta save me.
So he does it. He moves the sky, and everybody sees it too. It's not like something that only they see.
Yeah, it's not localized. No, everybody knows.
He's like, but I'm gonna need help. So he turns back into he has the suit back on.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure it's Mark in the suit too, because I think it's the regular Moon Knight instead of Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
And so they do the whole revolving stars thing, and they fix it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, all the avatars of the gods are like turning Khonshu into stone.
Yep.
They've got a little statue of him. Yeah. And then she is able to map it, and she's able to find where it's supposed to be. She's like, I've got it. Khonshu no longer there, which means Mark no longer Moon Knight.
Yeah, he can't have that suit anymore.
So that's bad.
That's gonna be interesting.
And he just kind of passes out. Yep. And she's like, Mark? Steven? Hello? Anybody? And so Khonshu's in stone. Mark doesn't have his suit anymore. Yeah. And of course, Arrow has to go to...
They let him in there to talk to it alone.
To gloat.
Yeah.
Come on. Get him out of here.
Surprised he didn't break it.
I was thinking he might. Happen. Yeah. I don't know what it would do if he did,
I don't know either.
It might would release him.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe so he didn't want to.
He might be like, okay.
Or at least he would steal it so nobody could find it.
Could he that? Yeah, he could do
that.
But
I guess he's tied to the pyramid, they said. So
yeah, that's true.
Maybe you can't steal it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then that's kind of making me wonder, how is Mark going to get in there to him?
Yeah, I don't know. How does he get into that entrance?
Because the portal's not going to open up, and
maybe he's going to just straight up go into the regular pyramid there.
I don't know.
Going to be chipping away some blocks. Get in there.
Who knows? But that's how it ends. We're at a little low point here.
Yep. It's not looking great. We're about halfway through the series now, I guess.
Yeah.
If there's only 6 episodes again.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming. I don't really know for sure.
I can't remember.
I think it's only 6.
I feel like it is.
Let's see. Yeah, it's 6.
Okay, cool.
So.
And I was thinking, Oscar Isaac has actually been in a Marvel thing before.
Oh, yeah? What's he been in?
But it wasn't like MCU Marvel.
Oh.
Because he was Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, that's right. He was Apocalypse. Yeah, that's true.
I totally forgot about that. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Not the best of those movies.
I liked it, but I know it wasn't good.
Like, I don't know. There was like way too... I feel like there was way too much going on in it.
Yeah,
I felt like they introduced way too many new characters or something. Because he had his like four horsemen and everything. And...
Yeah, I don't know. There were some things that did well and some things that didn't. But, you know, it was what it was.
Maybe one day we'll talk about all of those movies.
Maybe.
I mean, I do like some of them.
There's some good ones in there. And I like more than probably most do. So, yeah. Maybe we'll do that.
Maybe.
So, yeah.
Maybe once we get through all the other Marvel movies.
Maybe,
all the MCU movies.
So, in a few years, we'll get to X-Men.
Eventually.
But, yeah, that's Moon Knight. So, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I guess we can now move on to The Fantastic Beasts, Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yep.
The third movie in the series, like the third episode of Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, look at that.
A real 3 heavy episode here. So, coming into this, maybe low expectations. After the second movie.
Yes, the lowest of expectations.
A lot of questions to be answered. Mm-hmm. And we got some of them answered.
We did. But
was it satisfactory?
Do we want to say if we enjoyed it or not more than the second one?
Sure. I think I enjoyed it.
I definitely enjoyed it more than the second one.
I think there were a few things where I was like, what?
Oh, there were several things where I was like, excuse me, what?
Yeah. But overall,
it was not...
It was a pretty fun movie.
Yeah, it was not as bad. I enjoyed it a lot more than the second one.
Yeah, it wasn't just incredibly frustrating.
Exactly. So you're not going to hear me ranting quite as much in this one.
There will be some things that are worth ranting about.
Oh, there will be some things. But most of it, it's not that... It was not that bad. And I don't think it's doing that well at the box office right now.
Really?
Because it actually released overseas first because last weekend. And I don't think it did that well over there. And now they're like, ooh, it's not doing so well in the US either.
After that second one, I'm not surprised.
Exactly. Yeah, after that second one, after all of the stuff with the author of the series, after all of the stuff with Johnny Depp, after all the stuff with...
What's
his face with the guy who played Credence, whose name is escaping me right now.
What is his name?
That's so annoying. It's like I know, but I cannot think.
And I guess I called them he in the last episode a lot, but they prefer they. So
okay. Sorry.
That's my apologies on that.
I'm sure I probably did too. Ezra Miller.
I didn't know. Yeah, Ezra Miller, but also Ezra Miller is kind of the worst.
Yeah,
so
they're not the best.
Yeah,
let's just say that.
Yeah.
So arrested, I think, for the whole assault thing.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was assault. I thought it was assault, but I think it was like just, I don't know if it's harassment or, I don't know, just being a jerk in public and
who knows,
yelling at people and being a nuisance. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And they have a history of also assault, I believe, on someone else. So, there is some assault in there somewhere. So,
not good.
Yeah. So, coming into this movie with a lot of good stuff going on around it. Mm-hmm. Just, sheesh.
And also, Johnny Depp, they replaced him. And now they're doing his trial is going right now. And it's just a mess.
Apparently, it's messy. I haven't read much about it, but it's apparently pretty bad.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeesh. So fun, fantastical movie we have here.
Yeah, probably a good thing that they went ahead and replaced Johnny Depp, even though he may be innocent. I don't know.
He may be. We don't know. And we'll see how it turns out.
Exactly, but they don't really go into they don't say anything about why he looks like Mads Mikkelsen now. Yeah. It's just, this is just Grindelwald now.
That's just what he looks like.
This is what he always looks like. What are you talking about? Maybe it's just one of those things where occasionally he just decides, I don't want to look like this anymore, so I'm going to change the way I look.
He can do it, apparently.
But this does supposedly take place 3 years after the first one. Not first one, the second movie.
3 years?
5 years.
5
Did
years.
I say 3?
Okay.
Yeah, 5.
I don't know. I wasn't sure.
Because I'm pretty sure the second one takes place in 1927.
Okay.
I don't think they actually had a date anywhere on here. Like, they didn't say a date anywhere in the second one either. But I think this one takes place in 1932.
Okay.
I'm just going by what Wikipedia said.
There you go.
Because I didn't know.
There
was a lot of stuff that they did not explain. And when I was looking at the plot on Wikipedia, because we didn't take any notes because we were in a theater.
This is true.
And so I went to Wikipedia and just, like, refreshed myself and made notes.
Yeah.
And...
Before you wrecked yourself.
Yes. And so I found a lot of stuff on there that I was like, oh, okay, I did not know where they were supposed to be at this point, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
did it start with Dumbledore?
It starts with the Dumbledore, and he's, like, on a bus or something in, assuming, London, and he goes into a little restaurant, and he sits down for tea. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
so he sits down for tea, and he's like, yeah, I'm waiting for somebody.
Yeah.
And Grindelwald shows up,
mm-hmm.
and they kind of talk, and he's like, can you smell it? These muggles, they're so gross.
These animals.
They're so disgusting. How can you be a champion for them or whatever? And
talk about the blood pact a little bit.
Yeah, because he's like, how does it feel to have it around your neck now? And Dumbledore's like, yeah, not great.
Yeah. I don't understand this blood pact thing.
Are you done?
It only hurts the person who's wearing it.
I think I don't know. I was thinking it only hurts the person because Dumbledore does show Theseus and Newt later how it works, kind of. And he starts having, like, bad thoughts about Grindelwald. Yeah. And when he does, it starts, like, choking him or whatever.
But does that mean Grindelwald's off the hook? Like, he can do whatever and not hurt him?
I don't know if it means that or if Grindelwald does the same thing that Dumbledore's doing, if it has some kind of adverse effect on him. I don't know. It doesn't explain it. It doesn't explain a lot of stuff.
It does not.
Just like in the last movie, it doesn't explain everything that it should.
They wrote themselves into a corner.
Oh, they did. Oh, they did. Anyway, so... they're talking about the blood pact and all that stuff, and then Grindelwald just walks off.
Yeah, he's like, whatever, man.
He's like, well, peace out. And he gets out of there, and everything kind of turns into fire. Yeah. And it's not real. It wasn't real. Right. It was, like, all in their minds. They're, like, I guess they have some kind of mind connection or something. Yeah.
That wasn't Rey and Kylo Ren.
Yeah, that was not in the second movie, but okay.
They were in love.
Yep, and Dumbledore actually does say, I was in love with you.
Yep. So then we go to Newt, who's out gallivanting, looking for animals again.
He's rowing down a river somewhere. Don't know where it is. It never says where it is.
I thought it was at Hogwarts, because it looked like whenever they row that boat in there. Yeah. I thought it was Hogwarts and, like, a new class was coming up.
Yeah, but no, it's not.
But no, it's him.
He's actually in China. Okay. Which it never says, but
I would have never known.
I guess we're supposed to just figure that out.
China to me.
Ourselves? I don't know.
You know, when China's nighttime China in the dark.
I don't know. Anyway, but he's in China. Yeah. There's a creature there that he is looking for. It is giving birth. Uh-huh. And it gives birth to a little baby. It looks kind of like a deer, kind of. But it's got, like, scales, which is kind of weird. Yeah. And it's got
like a Fu Manchu mustache.
I was going to say, it looks kind of like a catfish because it's kind of But I thought it was really cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
But I also like baby deer, so, you know. So it has a baby, and he's like, all right, this is the hard part. And he's about to put it into his briefcase, and then he gets attacked. Yep. And it's Credence and some of the other bad guys.
The mommy deer gets blasted.
I thought that they just straight up Avada Kedavra'd it, but apparently not.
I don't know what they hit it with.
And so Newt goes, like, flying down a hill.
Yeah. Briefcase goes flying down a hill.
Everything else goes flying down a hill.
Yeah. The deer goes flying down a hill.
Yeah. So they all end up, like, falling off a cliff. They go into the water, washes ashore, and then Credence comes and takes the baby deer thing and puts it in a bag, and they get out of there. Yeah. And so Newt goes back to the mother.
I'm surprised Newt didn't, like, try to follow him or stop him or anything. He was just like...
Well, he was kind of knocked out.
He was, yeah. Still.
So he goes back up to the mother, and it turns out there were two.
There was twins.
There were twins, so there's another one. Now, this thing is called a chillin.
Yeah, because they're chillin'.
But it's spelled Qilin.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Chinese. So it's a chillin. It's pretty cute.
It's a chillin.
It's a chillin. And the baby's fine. The mother dies.
Yeah.
Which is really sad.
It cries as it dies.
It does. There's like a tear that comes out of its eye just as it dies.
Yeah.
And so he takes the baby and, well, he's holding it because it like comes into his arms and he's like just cuddling with it and everything.
Yeah.
And then there's like this weird duck thing that I don't know what it is. And it never
long tail
tells what it is.
No.
But it wraps its long tail around Newt and it like starts blowing up like a balloon. And it made me think of Shrek. Do you remember in Shrek when like Shrek takes this like snake and a frog and he blows them up into like balloon animals and they're like just walking along with these. That's what it made me think of.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it was.
It was. I thought he was gonna, so much like it.
I thought he was gonna like hot air balloon himself all the way over there, but then the bird starts flying, I guess.
Yeah. It somehow changes its like big.
Yeah, it becomes really big.
Yeah, I don't know. It's big form into some wings and flies off.
Yeah. It's a fantastic beast, I guess. We're not meant to know how it works.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it gets everything. It gets the briefcase and Newt and everything, and it just flies away with him.
Yeah.
Then Credence, of course, takes the baby back to the baby chilling to Grindelwald.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, thanks. And he like kind of snuggles with it for a minute. And it's like, oh, that's really cute. And the Queenie's like staring out. And he's like watching. Yeah, she's watching him. And then he just slits his throat. Yeah. Just straight up kills it.
Yeah, just straight up.
And like its blood flows out. And in like the big puddle of blood, you see... Instead of puddle of mud, it's puddle of blood. You see Dumbledore's face.
Yeah.
And I think some other stuff.
Some visions, because apparently they can, like, see everything going on.
Yeah, he's apparently really big on seeing the future.
Yeah.
Because he did that in, like, the last movie, too. It's like...
Oh, did he?
Yeah, because the whole hookah skull thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He likes to be one step ahead.
I guess so. That's just his thing.
Guess so.
Anyway, so Credence and Queenie talk a little bit, and she's kind of like... He says something about you're here to listen to me or whatever, to spy on me. And she's like, yeah, but I don't tell him everything.
Yeah.
And so there's like a message in the mirror too.
Message in the mirror.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, two different
I was going
ones.
Man in the Mirror. But...
looking at the message in the mirror.
So yeah, there's a message there. I can't remember what it says.
Come home? No. No, it's something... they're sorry or something.
Yeah, I guess it says I'm sorry. Maybe, or something like that. So it's like, who's writing messages in the mirror? Who knows? I don't know.
In the mirror. Yeah.
We do find out. At least they do. They do. Well, they don't explain it, but they do, let you know who it is.
Yeah.
So there's that. Then Newt and Theseus go to see Dumbledore at the Hog's Head.
Yep, where we meet his brother, right?
I don't know if he shows up in this one or if he's later, but I mean that's where he is. That's like the Hog's Head is his bar.
Yeah, he was there because he was cleaning the mirror whenever they came in.
Oh yeah,
and then he told him to go upstairs.
Yeah, because Dumbledore's up there,
and he was cleaning the mirror because he got a message in it.
No, the message is later.
I know, but that's why he was cleaning it though. He cleans that same spot. Whenever.
That same spot. Okay.
We just didn't see it that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now you've just spoilers. Who is sending the message, but okay.
Yeah.
So Dumbledore, well, he tells him about like the blood pact because he holds it out and he's like, "Do you know what this is?" And Theseus is like, "It's a blood trough." Yeah. And I'm like,
just say blood.
Call it a blood pact. That's what we've been calling it. You don't have to change the name of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, he shows him what it'll do because he's like, if I have bad thoughts about him, if I think about murdering him, it's gonna choke me to death.
Betraying him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Theseus is like, okay, cool, I'll help. I guess.
I'm in.
Sure. So then Jacob is in his bakery.
Yeah, and it looks like crap.
It looks like crap. It's like, this is 5 years after the second movie. Has he just not been baking stuff, or does he just not do as much? Or I
guess he doesn't do as much, or just doesn't care as much.
But I mean...
Maybe just enough to survive.
Yeah, because I'm like, how is he...
Is he still open?
Yeah, exactly.
That's his point.
Because, years have passed, and he's still just like, there's nothing there. And he thinks he hears somebody, and he sees Queenie, and he goes out, and they hug, and she's not actually there.
Yeah.
And across the street, there's a woman that shows up. There's like a bench across the street.
The bus stop.
Mm-hmm. And these three guys come up and to like accost her and everything.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, you're not very menacing." And the guy's like, "Well, what do you mean?" Yeah. It's like, "How am I supposed to be menacing?" He's like, "Well," she's like, "Just wave your arms around or something."
Yeah.
So he starts doing that. And then Jacob's like, "Hey, leave her alone."
Yeah.
He comes out there with like his frying pan and everything.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna like really do something.
And he does hit some, or does she shoot him? I can't. No, she shoots him.
Yeah, she just stuns him or whatever. And it turns out that these are like her friends.
Yeah.
One of them's like her cousin.
Yeah.
And
I didn't like this. I didn't think it. I thought it was very unnecessary.
Yeah, it was. Why?
What was the point? It was to convince him that like he's got good in him and that he's willing to help.
Yeah, that he's courageous or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
he went out there without even thinking about it. Like, okay, like just they could have talked him into it in so many different ways. Like that weren't just a huge waste of time.
I mean, literally, they could have been like, if you come with us, you can help us save Queenie.
Yeah, we know you love Queenie. Let's go. You've done great before. We'll give you a wand.
How hard was that?
Seriously, it's so... it was just a confusing, dumb thing. I don't know.
But anyway, this is Eulalie Hicks. I think it's Eulalie. It may be Eulalie, but I think it's Eulalie.
I don't know.
She's a charms teacher at Ilvermorny School, and she's like, call me Lolly. I'm like, okay, good. Or Lally.
Yeah.
So then she like recaps Jacob's part in like both of the movies before. I'm like, this is unnecessary.
Yeah, we know.
You're not recapping any of the other backstories.
Yeah.
But okay. But she convinces him to go with her.
If he had been like just in the first one or something, then maybe they want to recap that. But it's been a major part of both movies.
Yeah, and he's like a fan favorite.
Yeah.
It's not like anybody going in is going to go, who's this Jacob character? I've never seen him before.
And they're also from the 20s and 30s.
They're from 20s New York.
Extra, Jacob, yeah.
Extra, read all about it. It's a muggle named Jacob Kowalski. So they meet up with the others on a train. So we have our group of people here.
Yep.
You've got Jacob and Lally, of course. Mm-hmm. You have Newt, and he's so excited to see Jacob again, which was really cute. Oh, yeah. Because it's like nice. They're besties.
They're good friends.
And of course you have Theseus.
Yep.
Then you have Yusuf Kama, who was in the second movie. And you have Bunty, who was Newt's assistant in the second movie.
It was the same guy, the Yusuf Kama?
It was the same guy, yeah.
Okay, let's make sure.
Yep. He just has a mustache now.
Okay, maybe that's what threw me off.
That mustache just threw me off. It's been 5 years.
Perfect disguise.
Let them in. Grow a mustache.
No, it's like they should have photoshopped it out like Superman.
Oh gosh. No. Oh man. So they're all together. They're like, we're gonna do this. We're cool.
Yeah.
And then Newt's like, oh, here, Jacob, Dumbledore wanted me to give you this. And it's a wand. It's a snakewood wand that doesn't have a core.
Yeah.
Don't know what that means, but I mean, I know it doesn't have a core because it's for nothing.
Yeah.
It's not an actual wand.
Can't really do magic since he's not magic.
Yeah, exactly. And the others get
If you gave him a real wand, would it do something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe he is secretly magical and nobody knows it.
Maybe everybody could be a wizard. They just are very picky.
Well, I mean, he could be magical and just nobody knows it.
Could be.
Or maybe he has like a little bit of magic or something.
Maybe.
But
we all have a little magic inside of us.
Because he sees Hogwarts. How can he see Hogwarts if he's just a straight up muggle? It makes no sense. I guess that's
true. Yeah, it's true.
He actually goes inside of inside of the building.
Oh man, they really messed up.
Come on. I swear.
How do you not get your own lore right?
I don't know. I'm not even going to go into the whole cursed child thing because that's so messed up.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so we can't.
I can tell you about it, but
we don't
want to. We don't want me to. We don't want me ranting for 2 hours straight again.
Yeah.
So Jacob gets a wand. All the other people kind of get. Or most other people kind of get something else, too.
Yeah, Theseus gets a tie with the, gold emblem.
This has, a golden eagle kind of thing on it.
Yeah. Lolly already has her thing.
Yeah, she has a book. That's what, it's a portkey kind of thing. So it can get them out of situations. I don't know if Yusuf gets anything.
I think he's already been told something. He doesn't get anything.
Oh, okay. He's probably already been told something. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then Bunty gets a note.
Yeah.
And she reads and it just self-destructs.
Yeah. Which hopefully she read it fast enough.
I hope so. I think she did.
Hello, Bunty. Oh, crap.
Oh, darn it. I didn't see any of that. Yeah, so they each get their little stuff, their little things. And we also find out that Tina's not going to be there because she's like the head of the R's in America now.
Yeah. What was going on with that? Why didn't she show up?
Because she was pregnant and she couldn't be in the movie.
Okay.
The actress was pregnant.
That's fair.
So, yeah. So that's why she's not there.
Maybe a little newt in there. A little newt in the oven.
Oh my gosh. There were a lot of people speculating about Bunty, actually, that she was Tina in disguise.
Oh, really?
Which would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Or even Lally.
Yeah.
If one of them had been her, like, just polyjuice potioned.
It's a long polyjuice.
And that it is.
But apparently it doesn't matter.
I mean, the whole fourth
We're just
book.
doing whatever we want with it anyway.
It's not like that's never happened before.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But no.
But no, they're actually the people that they say they are.
Yeah. They are who we thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
Playoffs. Anyway.
So they stop at a train station in Berlin and they all separate. Bunty takes the suitcase. She goes off. And Yusuf goes like around at the same time. Don't really...
Because they're like, he can see the future. How do we...
that's right.
How do we stop somebody who can see the future?
And they're like, we don't make plans.
Countersight, baby.
Or we make so many plans that it confuses people. And then Jacob's like, I'm already confused. So it's working.
We don't even know what's going on. We just hope it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they can't really make plans. They just kind of have to go off and do whatever.
Yeah.
So he goes off to spy on Grindelwald.
Yeah.
So he's
and his way of doing it is... Hey, I'm sitting here to spy on you.
Yeah, so he's playing a double agent, or is he?
Or triple agent? Who knows?
What's going on? So yeah, he gets there, and I mean, we'll just go ahead and go with it. He gets there, and Grindelwald is like, Queenie, is he telling the truth? And she's like, yep, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
But also, he hates you because you killed his sister.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I'll just take those memories of her right out. Yep. Yeah, there you go. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And I'm like, that's
messed up.
Messed up.
Like, wow, Dumbledore just really... I guess you saw that coming or no? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yikes.
Maybe Dumbledore did see it coming.
Yeah.
Maybe he actually took most of the memories out and is keeping them safe for him. I'm hoping, because he's not even going to remember. He's never going to.
That's pretty messed up.
Because I mean, the memories are just gone. Because he doesn't put them in anything. They're just like flying off in the air like spider webs, just going.
He did say he got something earlier from Dumbledore or whatever.
That's true.
Or he already did his thing or whatever.
Yeah. So maybe.
We're really being really kind to this movie.
We are speculating like crazy.
We're trying to help out the most we can here.
Because that is just so messed up, if not.
Yeah, that's rough.
So, anyway, but I did write down, too bad he can't take away all those memories from the audience as well, am I right? Yeah, because, I don't know, Lita's whole thing was just...
bad. She was the worst.
It was just so unnecessary.
Yeah.
I like her.
I hated that character.
But I don't... Yeah, her character...
It's really bad.
Yeah, it was
I
not
wish they could have just taken that second movie from us.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant by the memory. It's like, can you just, like, delete all the memories from the second movie? That'd be great. Anyway, so then Bunty goes off. She is going to a leather shop or whatever. So she goes off to have copies of Newt's suitcase made.
Yes.
And that's pretty much all we know about that.
He's like, I'm gonna open it up. Let me get the interior.
And she's like, yeah, that's not necessary. And then he's like, well, I'm gonna have to keep it here for a few days. And she's like, no.
I guess she didn't switch it to Muggle mode, which
guess not.
Could have allowed him to do it, but whatever, it's fine.
Well, I'm sure if she did, it was probably like a magical person anyway. They probably would have looked at it and gone, what is this Muggle mode thing? Let me just switch that back.
Yeah.
Anyway, then the other four head to the Ministry of Magic in Germany. Mm-hmm. Or at least that's what I'm assuming that it was.
That's what they said. It's
good.
the German Ministry of Magic.
Yeah, and it's kind of been being used as the headquarters for the International Confederation of Wizards, which I feel like is not what it was called in the books, but I don't know.
Who knows?
Highly doubt it, honestly. And they're getting ready to elect a new leader.
Yes.
So they've got like two people in the running, and the old leader is still there. His name is Vogel.
Yeah.
And maybe he's German and that's why it's in Germany right now. Maybe that's why the headquarters is there. That would make sense. And then when I was looking at the Wikipedia article, they were like, they're getting ready to elect a new leader, the Supreme Mugwump. And I'm like, was that ever said in the movie?
No. I don't think so.
I think I would remember that.
Yeah, because that's ridiculous.
And I kept like reading all these, I read like a couple of reviews and people are like, yeah, the Supreme Mugwump, all these weird words. And I'm like, I swear
maybe
they did not say this,
know.
But I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. I don't know.
Because it's dumb.
It's like, or did they just read the article and then
I don't know,
had some kind of Mandela effect and they thought they heard it in the movie?
Could be. I don't know, but
I don't remember it.
Me
but
either.
I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure Mugwump is something that is in the books.
Probably, but it's dumb.
It sounds real stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I literally do not remember them even saying that title at all, so maybe I just blocked it from my memory.
Probably.
Newt goes in and he goes up to the old leader, to Vogel, and he's like, I need to tell you something. Dumbledore has a message for you.
Yeah.
And he tells him to choose what is right, not what is easy. Yeah. Which is actually something from the books that Dumbledore has said to Harry, I think. Yeah. Because I think he tells him, something about...
choose what's right and not what's easy.
I mean, it's like basically word for word kind of thing. And it's like, wow, okay, hey, at least Dumbledore's being consistent here. Yeah. And then the Vogel is like, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me that message. By the way, everybody, Grindelwald has been absolved of all of his crimes.
Oh no, Germany's doing something evil. Seems easy there. Don't do what's right, JK, not what's easy about making Germany the bad place.
Right.
This is an allegory.
And somebody pointed out, the second movie, there's the whole thing where he shows them like World War II. Yeah. And people are like, wow, okay, so it's a movie about wizards who are trying to make sure that World War II happens.
Apparently.
This does not sit well with us. It's like, it's real weird.
It's weird.
Anyway, so they're like, Grindelwald's free to do whatever he wants. All those crimes of Grindelwald are no more. Yeah. And Jacob's like, excuse me, I am outraged. I saw him kill people. Yeah. And then I was like, did you?
Did he?
Maybe.
At the meeting.
At the meeting, he did kill some people. That's true. Okay, so he did. Okay. Yeah. So he's pissed off about that. He's like,
he killed muggles, but...
No, he was killing wizards. Yeah. Because he was like, how dare you? Yeah. And so we gotta get out of here. Theseus gets himself arrested, because of course he does. Everybody else gets away. Yeah. And then Dumbledore's like hanging out with his bro in the Hogshead, and like eating some stew. Talking about their dead sister, as they do,
He's like, bro, I was there. You don't have to tell me.
You don't have to remind me about our dead sister. It's so funny that we haven't watched all the movies yet, because... we've read the books. Yeah. And in the 7th book, you hear all about, like, Dumbledore's backstory. Yeah. And so you get to hear about, like, Ariana and Aberforth and all this stuff and Grindelwald. And in the movies, they don't go into it at all.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm pretty sure
we hear about it now.
I'm pretty sure they go into the Hogshead. Aberforth is like, hey. And they're like, hey, you're Albus's brother. And, like, I think Hermione is like, yeah, you should. She's, like, trying to get him to talk and everything. And Harry's like, we don't have time for this.
This is a movie. We don't have to do this.
So they just like left all of it out. There's like that picture of Ariana that it shows throughout this movie. It's in that. That's where it came from. And they like use it and everything. So that's there, but they don't really go into anything. It's just so funny.
Oh, that's funny.
So they're like, well, we didn't get to do this with the 8th movie, so we got to do it with this one.
Doing it now.
But it's just kind of funny. So there's a knock on the door. And Aberforth is like, get out of here, you crazy sot. And Dumbledore's like, I better go answer that. And it's McGonagall, and she's like, excuse me, what'd you say? But yeah, she still hasn't been born yet, but whatever.
But she's there.
It's cool. So anyway, she tells Dumbledore about everything that happened in Germany, and he's like, excuse me? Yeah. And that's when Aberforth sees a message in the mirror, and it says something about...
He wants to come home.
No, that's later. This one is, what does it feel like to always always be lonely or something like that.
Always be alone.
Or something about alone.
Like to be alone.
Yeah, something. I know what it feels like to be alone. Something like that. I forget exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the alone one.
Alone.
Yeah. So obviously that means he's the one that's talking to Credence, which, you already spoiled that one for everybody earlier.
So sorry, everybody.
It's fine.
Go watch the movie, guys.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. By the way, did we say we were going to spoil this movie for you?
I mean, if you didn't know we were going to, you've never listened to this before.
Exactly. So Dumbledore meets up with Newt and Jacob and Lally. And yeah, because they're leaving the German ministry because they were asking about Theseus. And they're like, we've never heard of him.
Yeah.
Sorry, new phone, who dis? And they even see the guy that arrested him. They're like, it's that guy right there. Because Jacob's like, hey, you're the one who did it. And he goes after him. They have doors slammed in their faces and everything.
Yeah.
But Dumbledore shows up and he's like, okay, so they have Theseus at this prison that everybody thought was shut down or whatever.
Right.
So he's there. So Newt, you need to go get him out.
Yep.
And Lally and Jacob, you two are going to go to this banquet.
Y'all going to go to a party.
Yeah, you're going to go to this dinner thing.
There's going to be an assassination.
Somebody is going to assassinate somebody. They don't even, he doesn't even say who. He's just like, there's going to be an assassination attempt. Yeah. You're just going to have to figure it out for yourself.
How does he know all this, by the way? Did he kill Chillin at some point?
Who knows?
He's just Dumbledore.
He's just Dumbledore. He knows things, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going to go try to stop the assassination. And then there are these three things that all kind of happen pretty close together.
Yeah.
So first, Dumbledore is walking away because they're like, okay, we got our assignments. We're going to go. Yep. He starts walking away. He's just looking around in windows and stuff. He's just window shopping, as one does.
He kind of feels somebody following him.
Yeah. He's like, I feel somebody staring at the back of my head. It's Credence, of course.
Of course.
So Credence is just following him down the street.
Yep.
He's staring in this window. He knows that Credence is across the street behind him. He does some weird thing with the snowflake where it turns them.
Yeah, he blows a droplet of water into the window.
And then it goes back.
It hits
backwards.
I think it goes through and it hits the reflection of Credence.
Okay.
And so they're in the
a mirror. They're in a mirrorverse.
They're in a mirror universe. This is a new power we're just making up, I guess.
I put none of this next part is explained, so yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this is going to come in handy in a lot of places later in Dumbledore's life, but whatever.
Who knows? So
because they have the same deal whenever later on they're fighting in another, him and another person are fighting in another plane.
Well, I thought that was more like the plane that they're in at the beginning, because
maybe
I think it's maybe
astral plane.
Maybe it's inside of the thing. What's it called? The blood pact.
Oh, maybe, but the blood pact's there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
but I think maybe that one has something to do with the blood pact.
Could be.
Because
I don't know.
Spoilers, it's the same two characters in both of those.
None of it's explained.
No. So he tries to talk to Credence, and Credence is like, no, we fighting.
I'm a Dumbledore.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a Dumbledore, I'm going to kill you, or whatever.
I'm your brother, why'd you leave me?
Yeah, because, of course, in the last episode is what I keep saying. In the last movie, Grindelwald was like, you're Dumbledore, you're Dumbledore's brother, your name's Aurelius.
Kill you. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's trying to kill you. All lies. Well, not all lies. He is a Dumbledore. Yeah. But those two are lies. He's not his brother, and he's not trying to kill him. Yeah. But what we find out is, I don't know why he lied. It does not explain. It's because he thinks... We'll get to what that. It is he thinks that Credence will kill Dumbledore for him. Yeah, but anyway, we'll get to it. But all that has to happen is what happens right here, where Dumbledore is like, okay... Yeah. He, deflects all of his spells. Yeah. He stops him, and then he's like, hey, kid, stop trying to kill me. Yeah. I mean, he's lying to you. Yeah. And again, I don't know why he thought Credence would beat him, because he got beat by Aurors earlier in the first movie. So, it's not like he's unstoppable. I know. I don't know. So, anyway, he subdues him. He's like, Grindelwald's been lying to you. Yes, you're a Dumbledore, but we didn't know about you. Yeah, and we're really sorry. And we're sorry. And that's all he says. And then he helps him up, and Credence, walks away. Yeah. And Dumbledore walks away. And I'm just sitting there excuse me, what just happened? What is he then? Yeah. If he's a Dumbledore, then explain. Albus, explain. Does not get explained. So, and then Newt's going to rescue Theseus, I guess, if we want to go to
the other thing that's happening.
Sure. So Newt goes to the prison. He gets in there. The guy's like, you have to leave your wand and your pets with
animals.
Your pets here. So he takes his wand. He takes Pickett, who is with him, and takes Teddy, because we find out that the little Niffler's name is Teddy.
Okay.
So he takes all of them, he locks them up, and Newt goes in there and he sees, like, there are a bunch of these, like, crab things that are just wandering around in the prison.
Yeah, crab scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he starts mimicking them so that they won't attack him.
Yeah, and they all just walk
really
like him. It is pretty funny,
It's hilarious. It's probably the funniest part of the movie.
I really respect Eddie Redmayne, just really commend him.
He commits so hard to this stuff.
He really does.
He, like, had the hip swivel and everything. I was like, dang, Eddie,
was going
what is this? Oh my gosh. So yeah.
He's like, crazy. Where's my brother? He's like, it's your brother, right? It's the one that looks like your brother.
Yeah. So he gets down there, he finds Theseus, and he's
hung upside down.
Yes, he's hung upside down, and he has like a little firefly kind of thing. Lantern next to him.
Yeah, all the prisoners have one next to him.
And while they're like talking and everything, one of the lanterns goes out.
Yeah.
Close to him. And this like big
scorpion monster.
Yeah, it never tells what it is.
No. It's like a big version of whatever's following them, kind of.
Yes. And it, like, takes its little stinger thing and it just, like, impales the guy next to the prisoner that was next to that lantern and pulls him down, throws him back up, and he's, like, all covered in slime and gross.
Yep.
And all the little crab things. So when, like, the dead body comes back up, all the little crabs run over to it, and Newt and Theseus are like, we gotta get out of here right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
So they get him out, they start walking away, and then all the little crabs come back. And so they both have to imitate the crab thing. And Newt's like, Theseus, you're not swiveling. You're not swiveling your hips enough.
Do it more gentle. Less sway.
It's the funniest thing to watch them do
It was
that.
a good part. I like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So then they get up to the top.
Yeah.
There may be another person that gets killed. I can't remember. But they do get up to the top.
Yeah, there definitely is another one.
And right as they get up to the top, the lantern that Theseus is holding goes out.
Yeah.
And so that thing has its little thing again, its little stinger that comes up. And then, like, all kinds of crazy stuff happens.
There's, like lava? Magma. Yeah, I don't know. It's got a lot of different stuff going on.
So, I just looked it up. Supposedly, it is a blast-ended scroot, which is something that is in the books.
Okay.
It's in, like, book 4. It's, like, one of the things... Now he's going to come over and, like, heavy breathe into the mic over here. It's one of those things that is in the maze during the, like, last task of the Triwizard Tournament.
Oh, okay. But so is that why, like, we see its, like, tail going into the water near Hogwarts? So it's like, oh, that's going to show up in the movie.
The thing is, in the books, it talks about, Hagrid is, like, really big into magical creatures. Yeah. And it talks about him, like, breeding a manticore and fire crab to make a blast-ended scroot.
Oh.
So then how was there an actual blast-ended scroot before, but Hagrid created them?
Maybe he created it long time ago, in the days of Tom Riddle. I don't know. Maybe him.
Tom Riddle's not even born at this point. He's not even born until 1945. So maybe, okay, maybe what it is it's something that people can do. They've known they can crossbreed them like that.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's just something that Hagrid's like, oh, I wonder if I could do it. Because, because he's just so interested in stuff. And that's what he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because I did not do that in the second movie.
Yeah, for good reason.
Very much.
They didn't deserve it.
No.
So then the prison warden guy, he stole Theseus's tie that he'd been given him by Dumbledore.
Yes. So Pickett, of course, since he is a bowtruckle, he can open the lock.
Yeah. Of
the cage that he's in. So he does that. He gets himself out. He gets the Niffler out. He gets Teddy out. Teddy, of course, is attracted to that tie because it's got shiny, sparkly stuff on it. So he jumps down there. The old man that's guarding is, like, asleep.
Yeah.
He's like kind of falling back in his chair, and Teddy is trying to get that tie off.
Yeah, he's just holding on to the tie.
Yeah. And Pickett is like, I gotta get this wand. So he finally gets the wand. The old guy falls backwards. Teddy gets the tie.
Yeah.
And when the old guy hits like all the cages, other stuff falls out. So like Pickett and the wand fall out.
Yeah.
But then all these coins fall out too.
Yeah.
And so he's like, they're going, like Teddy is going up toward where Pickett is. Pickett is falling down, and he's like, he's reaching out. He's like, Teddy's gonna save me. Teddy goes for the coins.
Of course.
Because it's Teddy.
Yeah.
So he's like putting all the coins in his pouch and everything, and Pickett's like, where were you, bro? But he gets the wand. They all go to
and again, Dumbledore foresaw all of this occurring.
I don't know. So they're trying to get to Newt, and the blast-ended Scroot or whatever has like some kind of tail thing. I don't know what it is, but it wraps around like tentacle kind of thing.
Tentacles running around.
It wraps around Theseus. Newt is trying to save him.
It's pulling him into the pit.
Here come the animals.
Yep.
They jump toward them, and he's like, grab the tie.
The warden shoots Teddy in the butt also.
Yes.
With some kind of spell.
Yeah. But they're all flying toward him. He tells them to grab the tie, and they all just somehow, he does manage to grab the tie, and it teleports him out because it's a portkey.
Yeah.
And they land just outside of Hogwarts.
Yeah, and the warden also had a lantern with a firefly.
Yes.
It goes out, and the Scroot or whatever stabs him.
Well, it doesn't show it.
We don't see it, but
it just fades to
pretty obviously that's what happened.
But yeah, he did.
Yeah, which I don't understand the timeline of those fireflies. Like,
how
one
long
of them
do they
will last forever, one of them won't. Maybe it went out because he eats all the worms or whatever, which you loved.
Oh no, I forgot about that part. I had blocked that from my memory. Why did you do this?
I love you.
Yeah, he has like these grubs, and he like, that's how they turn into fireflies somehow.
Yeah, he shakes them in his hand and
somehow
works.
Yeah, exactly. But he also eats the grubs.
Yes.
And I looked away because that's disgusting. Yeah, so anyway, they are now at Hogwarts, and what was left of the tentacle of the blast-ended Scroot goes into the lake.
Yeah.
Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah.
But then we also have the stuff that is happening at the dinner. And so Lally and Jacob are there. They're sitting down.
Looking for assassins.
Trying to figure out who it could be. There's like this old lady that Jacob talked to earlier, like the night before. And the guy that's sitting next to her. And he's like, he's obviously the assassin. I don't trust this guy at all. And honestly, good for you, Jacob, because he did something kind of jerky later.
Yeah, he was a jerk. Grindelwald's there.
Yes, he comes in. Queenie walks in too with him.
Yeah, and the two other candidates.
Yes.
Costas and whatever the other guy's name was. Quang.
Costas?
Isn't that her name?
No.
What's her name?
Santos.
Santos.
It's like Santos and Liu or something.
And Bob Costas.
Liu or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's like this waiter that comes out, and he's got like a poison drink, and he goes and puts it in front of Santos, and Lally's like, excuse me?
Yeah.
This is poison, so she saves Santos.
Yeah, she tries to get to it. The guards stop her, and then Jacob kind of creates a diversion.
Yes.
By
yes.
doing what he does.
Because Credence comes in, and Grindelwald's like, Queenie, go talk to him. So she walks off, and then Jacob's like, this is an opportunity. So he goes up to Grindelwald, and he's like, hey, let her go.
Yeah.
And Grindelwald's like, you're an idiot. And so he pulls his wand.
Yeah.
That doesn't work because he's a muggle. Mm-hmm. And points it at Grindelwald, and then that old man jumps up, and he's like, assassin!
Yeah.
Like, shut up, old man.
Yeah. So
he can't even work the wand, but Lolly can make it look like he's doing something.
Lolly's able to also throw that asset against a door next to that waiter. So
yes.
She saves Santos.
Yes. So then there's this storm.
Yeah. She makes it look like he's creating a storm.
Yes. It makes it look like Jacob is creating the storm. Queenie at one point kind of helps him. She stuns somebody or something so they can't get to Jacob.
Throws furniture at him.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So they can't get to him. But she has to leave because everybody just starts getting out of there. People are trying to get to Jacob, and Lally does something with the book where it creates this bridge of pages, and they run toward each other, and as soon as they grab hands, they teleport out of there.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. So I do want to point out that the next morning they look at the newspaper and it's Muggle. It's not Muggle Gone Wild, but I wanted to say that. But it's murderous Muggle or something like that. And it's How did they know he was a muggle? He had a wand.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was doing magic.
Yeah.
So how did these random reporters know that he was a muggle?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I guess if Grindelwald told him that was a muggle. But
Maybe.
I mean, is he seriously just talking to the press all the time?
Probably. I mean,
Wouldn't put it past him, honestly.
Yeah.
But whatever. So yeah, they've Portkeyed out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shows... Because it kind of goes... I feel like it shows that first and then it shows Newt thing. But I don't know. Maybe it kind of goes back and forth.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah. They're supposed to all be happening about the same time.
Yeah. So, but they all end up at Hogwarts, basically.
Yeah.
So Newt and Theseus get there. They go into the Great Hall and Jacob's sitting there talking to some of the students and everything. And he's talking about his wand and, no, you can't touch it. And he puts it in his pocket and everything. He's like, I got it for Christmas.
Yep.
And so he's just having a fun time. And he's like, this is so cool. They teach little wizards here,
Yeah, little pint-sized wizards.
And he's like, and yeah, those Slytherin kids back there, they gave me some treats and everything. And it's cockroach clusters. And he doesn't realize it. So he's eating one. And Newt's like, yeah, I never really did like cockroach clusters. And he's like... He looks back at them and they're laughing.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cute.
Those little Slytherins.
Those little scamps.
Little scamps.
I like that it was like, it's something, Slytherins get such a bad rap sometimes. And it's like, oh, they gave him cockroach clusters.
They're a little
like,
mischievous, but
it's not that
they're
bad.
not pure evil.
Exactly. It was cute.
Yeah.
So Dumbledore tells him what's going on because he's like, okay, everybody out of the Great Hall.
Mm-hmm.
He tells him what's going on. He does this thing where it like makes these mountains out of sand or something.
He
like,
does.
What is this?
And it's so unnecessary.
We don't have to see this. You could just tell us what it is.
It could have just shown him a picture or something.
You know what? This is what he says. There's going to be a wizard election in Bhutan. Okay,
yep.
That's all you gotta say.
This is where it happens.
That's all you gotta say.
Okay, thanks for making this. Took him a long time.
Right? It took him like 5 minutes just to make that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So unnecessary.
So now instead of the 2 candidates, there are 3 candidates. Because, of course... That leader guy, whose name I've already forgotten, Vogel, is like, yeah, let's just go ahead and let Grindelwald run for office.
Yeah, because if we don't let him run, they'll be mad.
They're going to be mad about it, and then if we do let him, if we let him run and he loses, then he's going to look like a big loser.
Yeah,
and he won't try it again. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great idea because we've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, exactly. And he doesn't have a parade of people carrying up to the stage there. So
he doesn't have like the whole everybody in the street going Grindelwald. Grindelwald. It's like he's got a lot of support. It's like, what is this? This is not a good idea.
Yeah, it's real dumb.
Yeah, and Dumbledore's like, yeah, he took the easy way, not the right way.
Yeah.
So they spend the night at the Hog's Head.
Yep.
And that's where there's another message that says, I want to come home.
Right. Because he's gone back and Grindelwald's been like, you didn't kill him.
Yeah.
That's all right. Just keep trying. He gives him another task of whatever.
Yeah. I don't know
remember
exactly.
what. I guess that was maybe his second strike, though.
Maybe.
No. Oh, well... No, his first one was not killing Dumbledore.
Oh, the second one
was the,
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently Grindelwald still has that dead chillin'.
Yeah.
From earlier in the movie. He just kept it, because why not just have a dead...
and everything.
Why not just have a dead chillin' hanging about?
Yeah. So he's got it in a pool.
Mm-hmm. He takes it into a pool, and blood goes back into it?
Sucks back into him? How did that happen?
I don't know. I've never seen this before in my life.
I don't know what...
It's some kind of necromancy thing. I don't know.
But, yeah. That pool doesn't have blood in it, though.
No.
It was, I don't know. It was weird.
It was real weird.
But he's supposed to, know necromancy and stuff, right? Or is that? No, I'm thinking of...
heard of that before.
Thinking of Star Wars.
I'm like, I have literally never heard of that
Never
before.
mind. I'm thinking Star Wars. That's my bad.
The only kind of necromancy kind of thing that I remember from the books is they can make, the Inferi, which are kind of like zombies.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it.
Well.
Anyway,
he's got a pool that'll bring him back to life.
He magically resurrects it, and Credence sees it, and Grindelwald's like, somehow he knows.
Why did he know?
I don't.
I guess he maybe saw something, and there was an image in the pool.
Maybe.
But I didn't see another thing. But it was kind of hard to see anyway, so I don't know what was
And I think it was upside down, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he sees something, and he's like, there's another one.
You didn't get the other one?
You didn't get the other one, and Credence is like, I I literally didn't see it.
Yeah, like, bro, I can't. Sorry.
He's like, well, that's 2 strikes against you.
There were like 4 other people with me. They could have gotten it too.
None of them saw it either,
Yeah.
and you're just punishing me. Okay, why don't you punish Rosier over there?
Yeah.
She was there too.
Right.
But sure, whatever. She's your golden child or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't like
Which
her.
we don't really know why.
She still has
she's
not.
just there.
I swear, she still has not been named within the movies.
Maybe. I don't know.
I just
we don't know their
because,
backstory. We don't know anything about her.
No.
Just a henchman.
Exactly.
But he gives him another chance to do something.
Yeah, I guess to kill Dumbledore. I don't really know, but he doesn't really want to kill Dumbledore now.
Yeah.
But because he's like, I want to come home.
Yep. They're mean here.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like camp.
I don't like. Yeah. Can you come pick me up?
My friends are being mean.
They threw me into the lake. I don't like it. Oh boy.
They're killing deer.
They stole my underwear. And they put it up the flagpole. So anyway, Newt overhears a conversation between the Dumbledore brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we find out, because it hasn't been said before.
Yeah.
And there's been nothing to like clue us in until right now. Credence is Aberforth's son.
Yeah.
And he's like...
It's like, well, I was falling in love with Grindelwald. Aberforth was falling in love with somebody.
Random person.
And they had to take her away because for some reason.
Yeah, so they took her away. And there was a rumor of a baby, but they never really heard for sure. And
See, but that's the problem I have with Grindelwald lying to him. Of saying that it's his brother.
Why didn't he just say it was your uncle?
It's so much like your father, this Dumbledore, left you. They didn't care about you. And your uncle didn't even care about you. He could have found you. That would have been so much more, like, good of a reason to go after him and not like, your brother's trying to kill you. You're a Dumbledore. You're his son. It is true. Just tell him the truth. There's just as much reason. It's so stupid. It's just them walking it back.
And guess what?
Obviously.
If they had said it that way, people might have actually liked the end of
it's
the
a good
second movie.
Yeah. A much better reveal.
Because that would have been like, oh my gosh, Aberforth has a secret son?
Yeah.
Because you know what? We learned all this stuff about Albus in the 7th book. That was like, there's a whole chapter just about Dumbledore's backstory.
Yeah.
But you know what? There's not really a lot of stuff about Aberforth.
Right.
So it
could have done all
that
this
could have
stuff.
happened.
Yeah.
And people just didn't know about it.
We're just going to say this stupid thing. It's so dumb.
It makes me so mad. I'm like, why did you do it this way?
Yeah. Just bad writing.
I will say that She Who Must Not Be Named wrote the second movie by herself. This one she had a co-writer. So.
Good.
And it was somebody who helped write one of the writers from the other movies.
Oh, she needs another. She needs to be off of it.
Definitely needs somebody helping her or just not be there at all.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, can you like hit these beats?
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Done. And then get out of here.
Yeah.
Let somebody else who's better at writing screenplays do this.
Yeah, she's not a good screenwriter. She's just not a good writer.
Anyway, so so annoyed.
Yeah.
So yeah, Credence is Aberforth's son, and it's also confirmed that Ariana was an Obscurial.
Yep.
And they talked about how she died and how
they don't know
he doesn't know who did the spell that killed her, that accidentally killed her.
He said that him and Aberforth, they were fighting and they drew their wands and shot at each other, but Grindelwald was just laughing.
Grindelwald was also... He was also, but, I don't know why I didn't say that he didn't have his wand out, because he had his wand out, because he's evil.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I don't know. But why was he in love with him? He was so evil back then.
I don't know.
It's weird. I don't know.
Because he was hot, I guess. And he was like, oh my gosh, the Grindelwald is so hot.
He looked like Johnny Depp back then.
Actually, in the second movie, you see young Dumbledore. Well, you do see young Dumbledore and Grindelwald, because when they make the blood pact. That's actually the same guy. I don't know if you noticed, but the same guy that they had playing young Grindelwald is also in the Harry Potter movies playing young Grindelwald. They got the same guy to play.
Oh, really?
To reprise his role. Nice. So that was pretty cool.
Good for them.
Also, the whole reason that the Phoenix has come to Credence is that he's dying.
Yeah.
It's like, then why did Dumbledore have a Phoenix in Harry Potter?
I guess he was going to die.
I mean, he did.
It took a few years.
But, yeah, he had Fawkes. I mean, we've seen Fawkes since book 2. And I imagine he had him during like the Voldemort, like first rising of Voldemort kind of thing, because they have the Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Why would they name it Order of the Phoenix if not because of Dumbledore?
I guess it comes to them in their time of need, which I guess maybe their needs could be different.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, he's dying from the Obscurus.
Is the Phoenix there? What's the Phoenix there to do? I know what he does in this movie.
I don't know.
Is that what the point was? Or is he there to resurrect Credence or something if he dies?
I guess he's there to just cry when he dies. I don't know.
Cool. Thanks, Phoenix.
It doesn't explain.
Okay. Well, maybe it's because of what happens later. I don't know. Maybe that's what he was needed for. Who knows?
Like, what happens later?
When he drops the ash on Grindelwald.
Oh, wow. So he can just drop some ash on somebody. Yeah, sure.
Why not? I don't know.
Cool. Sounds great.
Let's go.
Love that one. Love that explanation. Let's go for it. Sure. Okay. The thing is, still, the thing is, how did Grindelwald know that he was the Dumbledore baby?
There's no way he would know, yeah. I don't know.
Unless he's got some sixth sense about Dumbledores.
Maybe he
where he's like, oh, I feel some stirring within me. It feels like a Dumbledore's nearby. This Credence child must be a Dumbledore.
Well,
but he didn't notice that when he was in New York, when he was Graves, but sure.
Yeah, maybe whoever took away the kid once the mom had to be taken to wherever. Maybe one of those persons leaked it or something. He found out that way. I don't know. We shouldn't have to explain this.
No.
This should be explained.
It should be explained. And it's not.
It's not.
Anyway, so then we get some time with, like, the people downstairs. They're eating their stew and everything. They're like, it looks disgusting, but it tastes great.
Yep.
And also the chillin is there, and it's like prancing about, and it's real cute.
And it loves Jacob.
Yeah, it goes up to Jacob, and it's like, please give me some of your stew. And he's like, why is this thing staring at me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, obviously it wants your food. That's how dogs do. So why wouldn't the chillin do that?
And we find out it can see pure of heart.
Yes.
And it'll bow before those pure of heart or whatever.
And it was used in the past to choose the next leader.
Right.
And wow, how convenient that there have been two of them born.
Yep.
Right, as they're about to choose a new leader.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so anyway, I guess that's one of the reasons that Grindelwald wanted it in the first place. Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but now he knows that there's a second one.
Yep.
And so he's like, we gotta get that one.
Yep.
So, Dumbledore takes everybody into the room of requirement, which they call the room that we require.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? Just call it what it's supposed to be. Come on. Which, that was in the trailer, and I was, like, rolling my eyes like crazy. Because I'm like, come on. Anyway, there's a big bell in it.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to take them to Bhutan.
Yep.
And there are several briefcases on the ground.
Yep. All of Newt's briefcases.
Uh-huh. And so the plan is that they're each going to take one of them. None of them are going to know if they have the real suitcase or not. Mm-hmm. And that's not actually true.
Yeah, because one of them does know who has it.
I'm pretty sure two of them know who has the real one.
Oh, Dumbledore? Mm-hmm. Maybe, yeah. I mean, he does.
I'm pretty sure that Dumbledore and Bunty both know.
Yeah.
That she has the one.
Yeah, probably.
And then they just make it, and they just make it look like the one that Newt grabs is the real one.
Yeah, because Jacob goes to grab one, and Dumbledore's like, no,
don't pick that one. No. And so he grabs the other one.
And then Newt, of course, goes for that one because he thinks
because he's like, well, this is obviously the real one.
Yeah, so Dumbledore was throwing him off there.
Yes.
But yeah, so he probably does, and Bunty probably knows as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So spoilers.
Yeah.
So yeah, they all head off to Bhutan.
Yeah, with their suitcases and their decoy.
Jacob's with Dumbledore.
Yep, they go together.
Like
Sure. And all the other ones take their turn going, grabbing a case, touching the bell, heading to Bhutan. They get there, and they're like Grindelwald's people are like all on the rooftops, just like staring, trying to find the suitcase, basically, because they know that Newt's got it.
Yeah,
and it's going to be in the suitcase.
Yeah,
which is why they have separate suitcases. It's like it's a Seven Potters situation all over again.
Yeah, it is the same thing.
It's the same thing, except instead of 7 Potters, we have 7 suitcases. Yeah, but yeah, there we go. Yeah. Not that we've talked about that on the podcast yet, but yeah.
But we know.
Yeah, we know.
And you know.
If you've watched the movies or read the books, you know.
Dumbledore's like, dude, you got a big heart.
Yes.
It's full. You great, man. Love you.
Yeah.
By the way, you can drop that suitcase whenever you want. You don't have the, real one.
He's like, if there's any sign of trouble, just drop the suitcase and go. Yeah. That's not the one that they want anyway, so you're good.
He's like, I got to meet up with somebody else, so...
Yeah. So,
deuces.
So Dumbledore is out.
Yeah.
Dumbledore out.
Yep.
And Jacob's like, okay, cool, thanks. So he's walking along, people are following him. People are following all of them, basically. Yeah. Theseus and Lally are followed, but they end up meeting up together and they start fighting. They're like crystal balls flying everywhere. Mm-hmm. There's some little puffin looking birds that teleport. Yeah. And then they get caught anyway. Yeah. And Jacob...
It was fun seeing how good they were.
They were
defense.
Yeah, they were really good. They were really good fighting together too.
Yeah,
like, they were good.
But they were real dumb about not watching their back because somebody just sneaks up behind them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
And also Jacob leaves because he's being followed, and he's like, oh, he sees Newt because two guys are looking at Newt and they're about to stun him or whatever. Uh-huh. And Jacob like walks by and he sees and he comes back and he just smacks him with the suitcase and then runs off. And so one of them chases after him. He's like, oh, he's really mad. And so he ends up just leaving the suitcase and the guy gets it. So they open up the suitcases. One of them has like all the balls from Quidditch. So the first thing that flies out is a golden snitch and it flies away. It ends up flying toward Dumbledore and he takes it and puts it in his pocket or whatever. Yeah.
And one of them has bakery items.
Yes, one of them has bakery items.
One has books.
And one has books. And the books start attacking people. The Quidditch balls start attacking people. Mm-hmm. The pastries start multiplying. Like a big wave. You see at one point there's just a wave of pastries going down the street, which is really funny.
What a good time that would be.
But one of the books, we haven't watched the third movie yet, but one of the books in the case is the Monster Book of Monsters. It's one that's like
that tries to eat.
That's trying to eat people. It's like yeah. So that's the Monster Book of Monsters. So that was fun to see that again because you only see it in the third movie. Yeah. And the third book.
So that pretty much allows them all to escape to the bridge where they're going to teleport to Bhutan.
Yes.
And then, what's his name shows up.
Well, first, Jacob...
Newt goes through first.
Yeah, Newt goes through first. So he gets up there. Jacob is walking through the crowd, and somebody takes his hand and pulls him aside, and it's Queenie.
Oh yeah, Queenie gets him.
Yeah, so they have a little talk and everything. She's like, "I don't love you anymore," and he's like, "That ain't true."
Yeah,
and she's like, "Okay, it's not," Yeah. And so they talk, and she's like, "But this is so dangerous for you," and of course they get caught. Yeah. And so they get taken up. Newt goes up there, and the Vogel's assistant comes up to him, and she's like, "Give me the suitcase."
Yeah,
and
he's like, "She works for Dumbledore."
No, yeah, she's like, "I work for Dumbledore," and he's like, "Okay."
I don't believe you.
And she starts trying to grab it from him, and he's pulling back and everything. Yeah. But then somebody stuns him, and she takes it. Yeah. So he's like being trampled by a crowd. Yep. Basically, but she takes the case. And then Theseus and Lally are waiting for somebody, they say, before they cross the bridge. And here comes Yusuf, but there are all these bad guys with him. Mm-hmm. And so they're all just kind of like standoff kind of thing. And he walks up toward them. And then he turns around and he just blasts all the bad guys out of the way.
Knocks them all down.
And they're like, yeah, that's right. So they go up there together. Yeah. And at some point, Dumbledore meets up with the person he was going to meet up with, which is Aberforth. Right. And they go up there together too. So it shows them up there later. Yeah. So they're all up at the top of the mountain.
Newt's chasing that girl.
Yes.
And then he catches up to her. She turns around and gives him the briefcase and it just disintegrates. Why did you do all this?
Why didn't you just make it disintegrate before you knocked him out? Yeah. Could you not have just touched it and made it disintegrate?
That was just for us. Yeah. Is it the real one? Yeah. Is it gonna get out there? But that's stupid.
I kind of thought that she was just gonna toss it over the side of the mountain.
Would have been
bye, chillin'. Not that it would have killed it, but yeah. But it probably would have taken longer for him to get it. But so yeah, his suitcase is gone. So that means there's only one suitcase left out there. But of course, they haven't shown Bunty, right? Since they don't know where teleported out there. Yep. So yeah, it hasn't shown her. So nobody knows where she's at. They haven't even mentioned her. Yeah. It's just Bunty has just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Being Bunty.
Yeah. Which she had said something to Newt before they left because she was like, I forget what she says.
I love you.
No, she wants to say that, but she's like, not everything is the way it appears or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
And that's when I was like, is she Tina? It's like, she's got to be Tina, right? That's her way of saying, but no, it's not Tina.
Never thought that was funny.
Oh man, I listen to too many theory videos, I think is what it is. Or watch too many theory things. So
the election happens.
So the election, it's time for the election. It's time to choose their new supreme mugwump. So Vogel gets up there, he brings out the Chillin, and he's like, it's time to see who's going to be the new leader.
Yep.
And the Chillin goes up to each one of them, and they're disappointed because it doesn't bow to him. And then it goes up to Grindelwald, and it bows, and so everybody's like...
And it looks sickly.
Yeah.
It looks bad.
Yeah, and everybody's like, yay, Grindelwald. Yeah. And I'm like, you fickle witches. Come on. Because seriously.
Because it turns real quick.
Right? And later it turns even quicker.
Right.
It's like, come on, people.
Yeah.
But there are some people that are stunned because, like, Queenie's up there and she's like, what just happened? And I think Credence is like, excuse me?
Yeah.
And, you know, there are several people that are just like, I don't know what just happened, but it's weird.
He gives a big speech.
Yeah.
Anti-Muggle speech.
Anti-Muggle speech. And then he's like, and look at this, and brings Jacob up there.
Yeah.
And he's like, and here's the Muggle that tried to assassinate me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he didn't, but okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that was
would have if he could.
You want to play it up?
Yeah. So he pulls him forward. He's like, this is what we're going to do to Muggles now. And he hits him with a spell. And I was like, did he just straight up kill Jacob?
He did the Cruciatus curse.
But he didn't kill him. He just knocked him out, or he knocked him down the steps.
He was like paralyzed.
And
then he did the Cruciatus.
And then he does the Cruciatus curse on him. And Queenie's like, stop.
Yeah.
You're killing him. But he's not, but whatever.
But, and
he's
then but Santos just reverses it.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Apparently, you can do
I thought it was like death.
No, there's a spell that you can do that will, like a counter spell that will.
Okay.
Well, pretty much every spell has a counter spell except for the death curse.
Okay.
So.
I wonder why I didn't do that.
The death curse?
Yeah.
Because he probably was going to eventually. He probably just wanted to draw it out a little bit. He's a showman,
Okay.
He can't just be like Voldemort and just be like, you're dead. Yeah, because Voldemort is not a showman. He's just like, whatever.
He's a killer.
He's a straight up killer. And then Credence is like, hey, that Chillin's not even alive.
Yeah, this guy's a liar. He's a phony.
He's a phony. That's enchanted. It's dead. I saw him kill it.
Look, this phoenix drops ash on him. I'm going to smear it on his face and then it'll immediately disappear in the next scene.
Yeah.
Which was like, really? You couldn't even keep the ash on there? Come on.
I don't know. And anyway, Newt's there and he's like, yeah, that's right. And there's another Chillin. And Grindelwald's like, you got any proof of that? He's
like, that Chillin's dead. He resurrected that.
Yeah. And he's like, do you have any proof that there's a second one? And Newt's like, well, no. Because, of course, he thinks that it was destroyed when the case was destroyed. But then here comes Bunty to save the day. Mm-hmm. She shows up. She's like, this is the real case.
Yeah.
Let's open it up. Newt pulls out the live Chillin. And the other one is, like, clearly dead. It, like, dies in somebody's arms.
It dies in Vogel's arms. He's like, no, this one's the real one,
and
guys.
And then it dies, and he's like, oh.
Okay. Well, never mind.
Newt puts it down. Oh, and this is, like, you see people, like, around the world. Because, like, people around the world are watching this.
Yeah.
And you see, like, in New York, there's Tina.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
hey, Tina.
You finally showed up, I see. But she's like, yay, Newt.
Go Newt.
So anyway, he puts it down and it starts like walking around. It's looking for someone pure of heart so that it can bow to him. And it's like walking, it starts like going into the crowd and everything. And you see like the crowd parts. And then there's Dumbledore and Dumbledore's like, no, go away. Find somebody else.
Stop it.
You stop right there. You turn around and go somewhere else. Get out of here. But of course it goes up to him and he's trying to shoo it away and everything. But it bows to him. And he's like, and then of course Grindelwald is up there like, of course it did.
Yeah. And he's like, well, there was two of you, so I'm sure there's two good-hearted people. Am I right, Chillin?
Yeah, because he's like, while I am honored, I am absolutely sure there's another person pure of heart here in this crowd. Go find them. And so it's like, okay, fine. So it gets up and it starts walking again.
I got you, bro.
And it walks over and it bows to Santos.
Yeah.
And of course you know it's going to because she's the one who took the spell off of
Yeah.
Off of Jacob.
And who Grindelwald tried to kill, so
obviously
that
she's
was a good one.
Yeah, she's the good one.
Rough go for that other guy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy, but he is obviously not pure of heart. Yeah. So sorry about that, bro. So yeah, it bows to her. So she's the new leader, and then all the like it's just like at the end of like the first movie, the first Harry Potter movie, where like all of the flags and all the stuff changes to Santos instead of Grindelwald. So yeah, we got.
This is where Dumbledore learned it.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm gonna put this away for later use.
I'm gonna screw with students later on.
It's gonna be great.
Idiots.
So she's the new leader, and everybody's like, "Yay, Santos!"
Yay, sorry about that thing we said about Grindelwald earlier. Yeah,
it's like you were just like cheering on Grindelwald, but whatever.
Yeah. So they're like going after Grindelwald.
So yeah, he's pissed off.
Yeah.
Grindelwald's pissed. He's like, I'm not going to be the leader. I'm so mad. Yeah. So he shoots the killing curse. At Credence.
Yeah, I thought he was going to shoot at Santos.
I did too.
Or he went for Credence. Yeah. Because why not?
Yeah, why not? So he goes for Credence, and then 2 spells come from different angles to stop it. So Credence is fine. Yeah, it gets counteracted. It's Aberforth and Albus, the 2 Dumbledores saving their Dumbledore, their fellow
saving
Dumbledore.
Their brother.
their
brother, son,
nephew. Yeah, so they defend him, stops it, and then somehow it breaks the blood pact.
Well, it transports Albus and Grindelwald into this mind arena, which I don't know why Aberforth wasn't drug into this. I guess because it's of the blood pact.
Yeah, because that's why I said I think it has something to do with the blood pact.
And yeah, they fight, and this slowly breaks the blood pact, and then it eventually shattered.
Yeah, and they're fighting, and at one point they stop, and they have their wands pointed right at each other's faces, but their hands are on their hearts.
Oh, I thought they were grabbing boobs.
It was pretty sure it was hearts, and I guess they can hear their heartbeats or whatever, and they're like, I'm still in love with you, or something. I don't know. It doesn't say that. Why would you still be in love with
But,
I mean, they still have... I guess they still have feelings for each other. I don't know. I don't know why they would.
You're still so hot.
Anyway.
But this...
I'm like, are they? Because I'm sorry, I don't find Mads Mikkelsen attractive at all.
He's not a bad-looking dude for an older dude.
He's okay,
He's got an interesting look about him.
Yeah. Now, Jude Law, yes.
But this didn't make any sense because, like, when he was showing Theseus and Newt about the blood pact, he's like, and if we ever break it, something really horrible is going to happen. Nothing happened. Well, nothing happened.
I don't think they say when they break the blood pact something's going to happen.
Yeah, it does. If he's like, something's even worse is going to happen if we break this. Oh. And nothing happened. It'll be even worse than this thing where it's digging into the wall for some reason.
I don't know.
I don't know why, but nothing happens. And it's huge. No payoff. There's no payoff to this blood pact at all. They treat it like it's the ultimate thing that all it did was just choke him a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it just breaks. I don't know.
But I hated that blood. I hated it.
Yeah, but they come out of their own little private Idaho kind of place.
Yeah.
And that's the end of their fight.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because in the books they talk about how Grindelwald didn't see Dumbledore didn't see Grindelwald again until they finally fought each other in 1945, their big duel. It's like, okay, but what was this then? Because I'm pretty sure that was a fight between them.
Yeah.
But
so they said like after they dated or whatever?
Yeah, like after the whole thing when Ariana died.
Oh, they didn't see each
Dumbledore,
other.
Well, not Dumbledore. Oh, I keep saying Dumbledore. I keep getting mixed up. Grindelwald leaves. He just like straight up leaves the country and never comes. They never see each other again after that.
Yeah. Apparently.
But obviously they did in this.
That wouldn't have made a good movie, I guess.
I guess not.
Yeah.
Anyway, so everything's fine. The blood pact is gone. Grindelwald escapes.
Yeah, he creates a ball shield around him.
Yeah, and then he just jumps off the mountain and I guess teleports somewhere or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's gone. He's gone off to, I guess, regroup or whatever.
Nobody else apparently suffers any consequences. I guess Vogel's whatever, and all the horrors.
And I guess they went off.
We didn't see anything happen to them.
I guess they all just left too. Because they were like, oh, shoot, we got to get out of here.
We don't know. That movie doesn't care to show anything.
No, so they're gone. And then Credence and Aberforth, they walk off together into the sunset to spend Credence's final days together.
Mm-hmm. He's like, you won't come home?
Yep.
Yeah, won't come home.
Okay, so
come on, let's
yay.
go.
Father and son walk off together, or limp off together.
Hopefully we don't see them in the next movie.
Yeah, and as we were leaving the theater, I was like, well, I guess they don't have to worry about Ezra Miller coming back because Credence is basically dead.
Yeah, he's dying.
They could just like kill him off screen, and if they even do more movies, they may not even do more.
But they don't need to.
Yeah, so
kind of wish they wouldn't.
So they leave together. Then we have, let's see, Newt and Dumbledore talk about the Blood Pact.
Yeah.
And he's like, how were you able to fight against each other? And he's like, well, I was using a protective spell, and I guess that was okay.
Yeah, he was using a destructive spell. I was using a protection.
And I was protecting, he was trying to, I don't know, whatever it was, but he was trying to protect somebody is what it was, is I think what he said. And I'm like, okay, but if you were fighting with him anyway, would you not be fighting to protect like the whole wizarding and muggle world?
Yeah, none of it made sense. It was a stupid explanation just to get out of a situation that they
got themselves
into.
Yeah.
It was bad writing.
So anyway, they go back to Jacob's bakery. Yeah. It shows them back there. It's like a little bit later, I guess. Mm-hmm. Jacob and Queenie are getting married. But what about that whole we can't get married thing? Because she'll get arrested.
I guess he turned it around because they're in America where she won't get arrested, I guess.
No, she will get arrested in America. That's why she
America.
Get married in America.
Well, maybe since her sister is now the head whatever. And maybe since he wasn't part of that thing and he had a wand, maybe they think he's a wizard now.
But I don't know.
It's
that was
stupid.
The whole plot point in the second movie. Why they couldn't get married.
I don't know. It's dumb. I don't know.
Did they just forget about it?
Well, it's not like they had a huge public ceremony, so maybe they're keeping it under wraps.
I guess, but I mean, couldn't they have done that anyway?
Yes, of course they could have. It's so stupid. It's all dumb.
And the thing is, I mean, at this point, since he had let his bakery just go to crap, why didn't he just close it up and just move to England where they could get married legally? I don't know. Whatever. So it's their wedding. Newt's the best man. He goes outside. He sees Tina. She's the maid of honor. Mm-hmm. So we actually do get a little bit of time with them. Not very much.
Not very much. They barely talk.
And then Lally and Theseus show up together, and I'm like, are they together?
Yeah, because, Theseus...
shipping it,
Theseus kind of did a little flirting with her on the train, and Newt got a little pissed because, he's so enamored with Lolly about all her writing and stuff. So he's like, he's trying to get in on another girl that I like. Yeah. He saw every girl he's got to go for. Gosh.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I thought they were cute. So.
Yeah, I'd go for it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm kind of
Lolly was a good character. I liked her.
Yeah, I did too. So they all go inside, except for Newt. He walks across the road because Dumbledore's sitting on the bench.
Mm-hmm. He's too cool to go to a wedding.
Yeah, I guess so. So
there's no reason for him not to go to the wedding.
Right? I don't know. So anyway, they sit there, they talk for a second. I cannot remember what they even talk about.
They talked about that blood pact.
Maybe
and then he said, if you ever need me to help again, I'll do it.
Yeah. So he's like, all right, well, I'm going to the wedding. So he goes back inside. Bunty shows up at one point because they're like, Bunty! Yeah. When she walks in. And I'm like, did everybody really just like Bunty that much?
Yeah, seriously. Bunty did, let Newt go at one point because he was looking at his suitcase with Tina's picture in there. And she said some stupid line about sometimes you know when you know and sometimes you know when to go. She's
like, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them,
exactly.
know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Yeah, it was such a contrived line that I was like, okay, we get it. You're moving on. That's great.
So yeah, Jacob and Queenie get married. Dumbledore walks down the street alone, and that's it. That's the end of the movie.
Yep. Yay! But it was overall at least more exciting, more interesting. Yeah. Second one was bad. So I would be more than fine if they just turned it off here.
And the way it ended, they could end it there, and it would be fine. Mm-hmm. Yes, sure. Newt and Tina don't end up together at the end of this movie. Yeah. But I will tell you this. There is a book called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
There is.
And it has like a thing, it's written by Newt, and it has a little, like an author kind of biography kind of thing on the back. And he's married to someone named Porpentina.
Oh.
So obviously they get married.
Yeah.
They end up having children together because they have grandsons, because one of their grandsons marries Luna Lovegood.
Oh, so, okay.
In the whole lore of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So obviously they're doing fine.
They're doing good. Why, I wonder, why didn't they show up in the Harry Potter books and movies if they were so important to Dumbledore's life? You think they would have shown up and been there for the battle at least?
You would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You would think that maybe they would be in, like, the Order of the Phoenix or something. Which, they're probably pretty old then, but they're younger than Dumbledore.
Also, they have children that could be in there also. Yeah.
And they're, even if they're old,
they
they're
are younger than Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
And, McGonagall's in there, so...
Yeah, and she's
apparently older than we thought, according to these movies. I'm still mad about that.
So unnecessary. It was at no point in this movie like, this had to be McGonagall here.
No.
This was so important that it be McGonagall. No, it could have just been any teacher doing this stuff.
They just wanted McGonagall in there. Yep. That's all it was.
Just throw Flitwick in there. Nobody cares if Flitwick's out.
Nobody knows about Flitwick. Come on.
Nobody knows his story. Who cares?
Oh, man. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it a lot more than the second one. The second one is just like... The second one is basically a hate watch for me at this point. Where I'm just sitting there going, I hate everything. I'm just like fuming the whole time I watch it. Yeah. Because when we watched it, I was just sitting there going... like, ooh.
Yeah.
But this one was enjoyable. I liked it.
Yeah.
But, like we said, it's fine if they stop it here.
Yeah, but I imagine they got to do at least one more where they have a big battle.
I guess.
Where Grindelwald gets actually defeated.
I guess. But like I said, the way this one ended, it ended well enough that they could... There's not really that much of a cliffhanger. Yeah. So, it's not like the way the second one ended, where it was like, created the Dumbledore! Yeah. I don't know what that face was. But...
I don't know. It's a shame we didn't get that on video.
Yeah, but this one not so much. Yeah. Other than, hey, Grindelwald got away. Yep. But if they do more, that's fine too. I guess. If they do them, I'll see them. But surely if they do more, they're not going to do 5. How can they stretch this out
I do not more? Know. They'll try.
Oh, Lord, they'll try.
There's money to be made.
And also, it does still annoy me that it's Fantastic Beasts. And yes, each one of them has had, like, at least one Fantastic Beast that's been some kind of a plot point in it. Like, this one was the Chillin'. But I don't know. It's not
much about Fantastic Beasts.
No, it's not like... The first one was, hey, he's going around, he's collecting all of them back into his suitcase. And it was like, oh, this is kind of a fun little thing. And you get to learn about some of them. And you don't learn anything about these. Yeah. Except for the Chillin'.
You should have just called the first one Fantastic Beasts. Called the second one Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah. Don't put Fantastic Beasts in there.
Secrets of Dumbledore. There's no need for the first title. Yeah.
Yeah. So... Yeah, that's what annoys me the most, because it's like, why are we even calling this Fantastic Beasts anymore? That's not the main point of the story. Yeah, this is the Dumbledore Grindelwald show.
They should call it Harry Potter Origins: The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Oh my gosh,
like X-Men Origins.
No. Harry Potter First Class.
Harry Potter. That was the first movie. They should have called that first movie that. Harry Potter Last Stand. That's the last movie.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. Man. All right. Well, it's actually Easter Day, isn't it, when we're recording this?
It is.
It is Easter Sunday, so
we have some eggs.
We have some eggs, and they go along well with the beasts, I guess.
Because when the Chillin' was born, it was kind of in like a weird... Yeah. It wasn't really an egg, it was more like a...
Sack.
And, yeah.
Embryonic sack, basically. Yeah.
Gross.
Well, these
are eggs.
These are eggs. And they are Fruity Pebbles cereal and candy eggs.
Yes.
Which I saw in Target, and I was like... That sounds interesting.
So it's like white chocolate with Fruity Pebbles.
by the looks of it, they smell fruity.
Oh, they
like
smell so good.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
Also, like Fruit Loops, because they have a very similar smell.
My only issue with Fruity Pebbles is that they do get soggy in milk very easily.
True.
And there's so many of them, but man, they are good.
This smells so good.
I haven't had Fruity Pebbles in a while.
I haven't either. I've never really been a Fruity Pebbles person because I was always like a Fruit Loops kind of person.
Really?
Which they don't get it quite as soggy. So.
That's true. All right, let's give this a try. Tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
It's got like a little bit of a crunch.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
This is really good.
I really like it. Yeah.
Because it's like white chocolate. It's just like white chocolate with Fruity Pebbles.
Yep.
So the white chocolate gives it kind of like a milky taste.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
It's like eating cereal without having to worry about the sogginess.
Oh yeah.
It's perfect. It does have kind of like a chemically feeling, like in my mouth. So there's something there.
The Fruity Pebble taste sticks with you after too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could eat a lot of these.
Yeah.
I just want to put them in a bowl and eat them with a spoon.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Fruity Pebbles. They also have Cocoa Pebbles, but I didn't get those because I thought it'd be kind of too much like a chocolate egg, but I don't know.
Were they chocolate with chocolate?
I don't know. I didn't really look too hard at them.
Because if not, they would be more like a cookies and cream kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. They might have been good. Maybe next year.
Maybe.
If they're still making them. I hope they do.
If they don't, then that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Because these are good.
Yeah, this might be a perennial favorite.
Oh my gosh.
Might have to get these every year. All right. Well, what you ranking that bad boy?
Ooh. I mean, I want to save my 10s for
something that just blows your mind.
Yeah. So, this is close. I'm going to say a 9.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to go with 9. I'm taking a point off for there is kind of like a chemically feeling to it. So, yeah, that's the only thing that hurts it. Otherwise,
man, that's
good stuff.
I mean,
yeah.
I can when I breathe, I can taste like it's like the Fruity Pebbles have just whew.
It does make me even want to go get a box of Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
Oh you know what I did get recently? When I was at the store, I got those Reese's Puffs Rabbits. Oh, they're good.
I've never heard of this.
It's something that came out this year.
Oh.
The Reese's Puff cereal is in rabbit form.
I'm gonna tell you, I know you love Reese's.
You don't like Reese's Puff cereal?
Puff cereals? I don't really like them that much because I feel like they get too soggy.
No. What?
Yeah.
When?
The last time I ate them, they were real soggy.
No, they don't get soggy. Like oh, no, I disagree.
No, they get soggy.
I have a real aversion to soggy cereal, and man, this one, Reese's Puffs don't get that soggy unless you let them sit there forever.
Well, I don't let them sit there forever, but
I don't know.
When I had a box a few months ago, they were soggy.
I don't know about you. Are you getting the official one or the bagged one? Okay.
The official.
Well, then I don't know.
Because they were on sale, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to get these.
You got a bad box.
And they were soggy.
Okay. Well, we'll have to talk about this. It's the last episode again. Another last episode.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But good job, Fruity Pebbles. Keep it up.
Those are good.
Maybe after Easter we may have to go look and see if there's any left over on sale for the Cocoa Pebbles.
I do really like hitting the after Easter sales because Easter candy is some of my favorite candy. Yeah, because it's a lot of peanut butter and chocolate kind of stuff, and also like the Cadbury
good jelly beans. Starburst.
I'm like, there are no good jelly beans.
Starburst jelly beans are the best.
They're still not that great.
They're amazing.
Okay. They're still jelly beans.
Oh, no. Okay.
I will eat those, but I don't. They're not. They're still jelly beans.
Oh, they're so good. They're Starburst.
Yeah.
In jelly bean form.
I would rather just have Starburst.
Okay. Well, anyway, if you want to tell Krista she's wrong about a lot of stuff, you can go on Twitter at Having Fun Cast or on our Facebook at Having Fun Pod.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt my feelings. You can go ahead and do that. Not going to hurt my feelings at all because I know what I like and it is not jelly beans.
Yeah.
But, go ahead and let us know that at havingfunpod@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. Be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
How dare you slander Starburst
You
jelly
ruined my
beans.
childhood. You spoiled this movie for me. Dumbledore is great. Ezra Miller for life.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, we should have a new video coming up soon. We got our new snack box in.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we're going to try that out and get a video up at some point.
Yep.
And yeah, but otherwise, just keep following us and we'll let you know what's going on. And so, honk, go have fun and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.